the next act asked me to read this. They say that laughter is the best medicine, but for all you inbred slobs in the audience, the best medicine is insulin and a potent antipsychotic. But since you've clearly given up on yourselves, otherwise you wouldn't be here tonight, why not have a few laughs before the cold hand of death snakes its way up your honey hole and drags you to hell by the skin of your taint? You've heard them on Spotify, you've seen them on YouTube, and you witnessed their unending suffering every single Wednesday. Live from Magooby's Comedy Club in Baltimore, Maryland, it's the Skimbo Lounge.
People said it couldn't be done. People said it wouldn't happen, but here we fucking are.
Oh yeah, I'm not dead yet.
We're doing it.
We keep getting those messages that tell us that we're going to die soon, but so far it hasn't happened.
I ain't seen
I don't know
shit.
if they're threats or prophetic, like, you know, are they trying to tell our future? I mean, everybody dies.
It's a promise, and it's a promise that if it's broken, I will be very upset. If I'm not dead,
Well, I mean,
within the hour, I'll blow up a hospital. Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah.
It was a Joker quote.
It was a quote. Yeah, quoting Joker as
Jerry
a white straight
Seinfeld.
male. Well, how brave of you. It was just a quote. I don't want to be the Joker.
You're gonna be the first terrorist Joker. Can I do a shit list real quick? A classic edition.
Yeah. What do you got? What do you got going on?
So, I would like to point everyone's attention to a fun-sized bag of Milky Ways that were left in the green room.
Okay.
Here's a little bag crinkle.
You're really all up on the ASMR
Playing the
these days.
hits.
You're really a big fan of it.
Can I show you
To mix bag
the
results.
biggest dick thing ever?
Is it just full of trash? Oh, there's one.
There's
in there?
one fucking mini-sized Milky Way in this. What kind of psychopath? It's like drinking orange juice and leaving a little tiny sip in the bottom. My fucking stepdad does that. He's like, I left a little in case somebody wanted some. I'm like, you left one corner of an entire gallon of ice cream in there in case someone wanted some?
Oh, we're calling people out, right? Because that's what friend of the pod Jeff used to do all the time when we all lived together in Texas. Where he was, I give you just one glass left in the Brita. No, just fill the fucking thing
Just
back up.
filled. I cannot
What
believe.
happens when you want some water and I want some water? Now, instead of having slightly colder water, I gotta get it's chaos. It's bedlam.
I cannot believe some asshole left one fun-sized Milky Way in the bag because I know what their thinking was. I don't want to be a fatty.
No. This is immediately, knowing you, this is what your thought process is about this Milky Way. I kind of want the Milky Way, but they left this one Milky Way in there, so it's obvious that someone took it. I can't just take one of them if there was a bunch of them in there and have it be not a big deal. I'm taking the last one.
Listen,
I don't know whose those are.
I'm not entitled to this Milky Way. I'm not entitled to feel that way. I would like to eat it to send a message.
I wish there were
which
more.
Is this behavior, this aggression will not stand.
I would have had one. But again, why didn't they just take it with them at that point?
This is a bunch of fig eaters trying to find reverse in a Soviet tank.
It's false hope. And again, this place is full of just absurdities. The bag of chips that we referenced episodes ago is still here, and it's just folded the fuck over
It's
with crumbs in
crumbs.
it. Go ahead,
Who
shake
is
it. Look, it's got a fucking paperclip on it.
Who is doing this?
Somebody did that purposefully.
Who is doing this? This is awful. I don't want to be dramatic. This is like terrorism.
This
is worse than 9/11.
This is pre-serial killer shit. Quick, have they cracked the chunky soup? Is the okay? The chunky soup is still there.
There was a can of bold salt and vinegar almonds. Oh, you got it. You love salt and vinegar. I'm gonna
I like salt and vinegar, but I'm not sure if I like salt and vinegar almonds.
Woo! It's potent. You want to try one?
I will for the sake of the podcast. I feel like this is
Crunch into your mic.
what other is it? What does it say? Bold?
Bold. Put it on the ham.
Oh Jesus.
Oh, the people are gonna go wild for this. People in the audience. What a great crowd. What an attractive crowd.
It's like there's a party in my mouth and everyone's fighting.
It's like a party in my mouth and nobody washed their underwear in weeks.
Everybody had a bad week. You know, their boss gave them shit, and things with their lady just ain't going right. Or fella, or what have you.
Her pH balance is all off.
It's a new world. And you're just like, oh my God, I'm so mad. And then like you get to a bar and someone's like, hey man, you seem like you're down. How about a shot of whiskey? And that becomes 3 and you're just ready to punch somebody. And that's my mouth right now. I don't know if I enjoyed that. Blue Diamond is usually a really great nut company. But I don't know if I enjoyed the bold salt and vinegar Blue Diamond almond.
It's a choice. They have like dark chocolate dusted ones. Can we be honest? Dark chocolate is trash.
To a certain percentage, like when it gets super dark, because like that's how it all is. All that percentages, like from milk chocolate to dark chocolate.
Is there 100% dark?
Maybe?
Would that suck your tongue into the back of your head like a black hole?
I don't know.
Only one way to find out.
I'm sure it exists. I'm sure there's like, but it's so bitter. It's so bitter. Like I've had some dark chocolate that I didn't mind though, you know, but it was never like over like 70% for me. Like,
there are a lot of fitness people that are like, you see this? And they hold up a tiny, and of course it's women when I do the impression. You see this?
Great, well done.
They hold up a little tiny square, like a little tile backsplash of dark chocolate. They're like, this is my secret weapon. I'm like, what are you, stopping a mugging with it?
What the fuck is
Do
that?
you freeze it and throw it like a Chinese throwing star?
I go the other way. I'm like, if not for this, everything would burn. Like, what?
Nothing.
The dark chocolate is keeping them from
Let's
committing
talk
arson.
about kettlebell squats.
Yeah. And I'm just going to eat this now.
How do I get an ass like this? It's not genetics. You can have one too.
Surgery?
If you buy my program.
The final step is surgery.
I'm on to you. I'm on to you, ladies. Well, we've got a great show today. Kings of Leon are here.
Wouldn't that be fun if we started getting musical guests? We just never let them play.
It'd be like Lindsey Buckingham.
Lindsey Buckingham.
Me and Lindsay are doing SantaCon tomorrow. Yep. Ooh wee!
What a great skit. So random, but I enjoy it.
Well, I'll tell you what I enjoy. All the fine-looking people in the audience. I'm not doing abuse this time.
No?
I'm giving them a little reprieve.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Handsome crew?
Handsome
Glenn
women
Close,
and
handsome.
feminine men.
Look at the features. That man is chiseled, but he is definitely wearing eyeshadow, and it works.
Oh, yeah. Pop it in the crease. That's what all the ASMR girls say when they do a Get Ready With Me video.
Oh, really? I was going to say, just a little bit of blush right on the cheekbones. Oh, look at you. You're shining.
You know what's a weird thing?
What?
One of the ASMR girls, a lot of them flash a little thing where it's like...
That's not where I thought you were going to go.
Well, a lot of them flash a little thing in their videos where it's like, donate on Patreon.
Oh, okay.
And I have an OnlyFans. And I'm like, huh, interesting.
This is where I put on makeup, but it's naughtier.
Yeah, I put it on my instead of my face lips.
Well, you said it.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Listen, men know they exist and women know they have them. And if they don't have them, they should be ashamed. You should have a full theatrical curtain down there.
I was trying to go with the more religious format.
If Kermit the Frog doesn't pop his head out and go, welcome to the Muppet Show! Yeah.
That's, okay. So you doing drugs every time? Never mind.
Me? No, I speedballed caffeine today. Holy
Yep.
shit. Caffeine and eggs.
Yeah.
It's the magic combination.
Eggs.
I had to go to the moon.
I had some banana bread. Banana bread earlier.
Who made that?
My mom. My mom made some banana bread. It's very nice.
I noticed you didn't bring a piece.
I can't. More for me, motherfucker.
Does it have chocolate chips in it?
No.
Does it have walnuts in it?
No.
So it's just plain old banana bread?
Straight banana bread.
Okay, I'm not sad.
That's fine.
I have the courtesy to put walnuts and chocolate chips in mine when I make it.
I don't really like chocolate chips.
BT dubs.
Weird, unpopular opinion, but I don't really like chocolate chips in my banana bread.
I put peanut butter chips in them sometimes too.
That I could fuck with.
It's a peanut butter banana.
I could fuck with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Something about it. The chocolate just doesn't do it for me. I could see walnuts being okay. It's a little bit of like a different consistency in the bread.
You a chocolate person at all?
Yeah, I'm fine with with chocolate.
Okay.
I like milk chocolate plenty.
Rory's down with chocolate. You heard it here first.
I'm not anti-chocolate, despite what you have heard. There's people trying to defame me in the papers.
Are there?
For my anti-chocolate rhetoric. You guys snuck onto Wikipedia, and for years I was listed as a purveyor of white chocolate for like 3 years or something.
The story behind that is Rory walked through the room shirtless one time.
Oh, great.
And I don't remember if it was me or Coyle or Jeff. It was one of the three of us, but one of us shrieked, "He's selling white chocolate, ladies and gentlemen."
Great.
And from then on, it became Rory Fitzgerald, American purveyor of white chocolate. You had
Great.
your own Wikipedia entry.
Yeah, you did.
They were like,
Until
he was
somebody-
born in a mine shaft.
Until somebody tried to fact check it. Was like, what the fuck? and just deleted that shit.
It was a local guy. I'm going to go
peeping
ahead
you.
and say a local know-it-all asshole. He's one of those guys that everybody pumped his tires.
You legitimately know somebody who went on and deleted it?
He specifically was like, Alex and Tanner, please stop doing this. I was like, I know who's doing this. Please stop. I'm like, first of all, what a fucking loser to take over your hometown's Wikipedia. I better make sure that they don't edit it. I hope they don't say it's the fucking beat-down capital of the state.
Valiant ever that you put it back a couple of times.
Oh, we kept going until he blocked our IP.
Yeah.
Took away our privileges, fucking fascist. He's one of those guys that everyone was like, oh, he's so smart. He's really going places. For all I know, he's selling his hole right now. Like, I don't know. I don't know what this fucking dickbag is up to.
That, folks, is why you don't donate to Wikipedia when they ask.
Yeah, it's going to fascists.
They're a private corporation of fascists.
Please, we need money. I'm like, I bet you do. You know who else needs money? Me. You know
Give
what
me some money, Wikipedia.
I'm not doing? I'm not begging for it.
One day, Wikipedia is just going to have like a bright blue background with like lime green bordered black writing and just sponsored by Amazon and all kinds of shit. And every time you're scrolling down through, you'll have to scroll to the top and stop the fucking movie ad that's playing that starts whether you want it to or not.
It'll be all those like outbrain targeted ones where it's like, this special fruit is curing impotence in men.
Yeah.
Local big-titted women in Barrie want to talk to you for some reason.
I think it'll be everybody who wants to stay relevant. Like, wait till we get our hands on you. And it's just a dude getting shot, but his pants look great. Just weird, dark internet culture. Advertisers online don't need to bow to the regulations of basic cable television morality. You know what I mean? So
No. What do you mean? Like they can show more like graphic sex and stuff? if
they can be
want
like,
to?
hey, fuck. Buy State Farm, you stupid fuck. Like,
Have you seen some of the ads that are, well, you don't watch terrestrial television anymore.
no.
Dude, they have a lot of like, is the pH balance of your vagina totally out of whack? Are,
Oh.
are you baking a loaf of bread and it's sourdough? Then you should try, like literally they're saying my vagina in ads. I have no problem with it. It freaks the fuck out of my family.
Whoa!
There's a Venus razor ad where they literally do a like tight close up on a woman's vagina in underwear. I'm like, who shaves with their underwear on? But it's a woman with like bush hair coming out, and she's just, I'm your Venus, just shaving her bikini line. I guess it's a good guide if you keep the underwear on.
I mean, depends on what you're trying to get rid of.
Color inside the line, so to speak.
It also depends on the size of the underwear, I guess. I just imagine some people in your family just like spit taking.
My mom was so upset. She was like, they should be showing this on television at 7 at night. People are eating.
It's a new world.
You know, it's a vagina-filled world, Mom.
And I wish I could like talk to be like, well, yeah, that's how like directed advertising works, because that wasn't put here for me, my benefit, or for his benefit. It was put here for your benefit. Like, you're the reason that ad showed up here tonight. You don't understand that somewhere else is watching the same program and seeing a different ad, because that is generated to hit a certain market demographic that you fall into.
I love my mama. I don't know how you feel about your mom, but I'm pro my mom.
Well, of course. I love my parents.
I'm talking specifically about your mom. Don't be patriarchal.
I love my mom.
Okay, good. You heard it here, folks. Rory loves his mama. What a fucking gay.
Oh, no. How did this turn on me?
We're letting it all hang out today.
This is more of a you problem than a me problem.
Oh, really? You think so?
Koch loves his mommy.
I do love my mommy.
Yeah, see, exactly.
And no woman in the world, with the exception of Jodi Arias, will ever live up to how good my mom's been to me.
So you're expecting your mom to kill you one day?
If another woman can't get the job done, she'll be like, I just want him to be happy. She just sneaks up behind me and sticks a knife in the side of my neck.
Happy birthday.
I held you when you were born. I cleaned the blood from your crusty little head and face. And now I've killed you.
And they bury you out back, and it's really good soil for the garden. So it's kind of like Secret Window,
Yeah.
a little bit.
The most succulent corn that he definitely shouldn't have been eating with braces on.
That's what you take away. Johnny Depp should not have eaten that corn with those braces on. The credit scenes are just him like, oh, this is such a nightmare. He's just like,
damn it.
flosses it all out.
The real horror is running out of floss threaders.
He's got a little pick. He's got that little pick thing,
That's the thing. It's fine that he killed all those people. Shouldn't have been eating corn with braces on. You'll pop a bracket.
He
And
could
that's
have
not cheap.
He could have grown anything. He's also super confident. Like the bones will still be there, Johnny Depp character, man. Like the bones, like they can still catch you. You think you get away with it, but like, you know, we're just led to believe. Maybe he, you know, gets caught somewhere down the road. Like, well, we got to put in a new septic tank. He's like, well, don't dig over there. And they just pull up like 3 skulls. And he's like, darn it. And then he like, you know, has to quickly murder that guy, but it just all starts to unravel. Secret Window 2, Electric Boogaloo.
It's just like when they
You can't even say that anymore because racists take that.
Oh, the Boogaloo Boys?
Yeah, or alt-rights. I can't say they're necessarily racist, even though I'll probably assume. It makes me sad because that's such a great bit.
Well, Boogaloo is a fun word. It's about words. It's like Krusty the Clown said. It's about words that sound dirty, like muckluck. Here's my thing. I'm pretty pissed that I'm going to put this on the libs. They started the rumor that the OK symbol was a symbol to show your solidarity with white supremacy.
Yeah.
And it was not. But then to trigger the libs, the fucking right
Started doing
it. So now I can't go, oh, that's a good pasta primavera.
Well, it's really sad because every now and then, like I've caught myself where I'm like, yep, okay, and I do it, and I go, fuck, I can't now.
No, fuck it, I'm doing it, and if anyone goes Nazi, I'm gonna go, no, I'm Italian. You're a fucking fascist. Why don't you come over here and eat my ragu?
Historically,
no, fuck off.
weren't a lot of Italians fascists? And you're like, shut up!
That's not the point.
You shut up!
Don't you bring that up. There was an article that was like, the world record for the most premature baby has been met. And I'm like, how premature are we talking? But also there's a great joke. The world's most premature boy has been found. And I'm like, boy, I guess none of them contacted my girlfriends. Just kidding. I can't come.
That's horrible. That's such a long way to go for that joke.
What? To let the people know that my seminal vesicles are fucked? Did I tell that? I don't think I've told that on the pod before.
No, I don't think so.
I was in a Walmart and I was farting around.
That's a great start to any story. I was farting around in a Walmart.
You know, like you do.
Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool.
Well, and I was with a bunch of theater people.
Yep.
And we were farting around in Walmart, killing time.
Yeah, it was
and we were in the
2012.
bike section, and we took a little girl's bike with the streamers on the handle. And it's like, look at us like trained Russian bears. We're scooting around, boo. The last person to use it just left it lying on its side. And it had been raining that day, and it was a little slick in there. And as I took a step back, it was like Final Destination. I took a step back, hit a slippery patch, fell, landed on the handlebar of the bike, taint first. Now, the handle didn't go up my ass. That would have been very funny. And I'm like farting streamers for a week. What happened is I bruised my vas deferens. Let me tell you what that's like when you're 16 and you get boners all the time.
Ooh, that hurts.
It is the most excruciating sensation. I screamed the first time it happened.
I'm never, I'm not, I'm no stranger to taint and ball damage.
Sure.
I played soccer growing up, and man, for some reason, that ball just found me like a laser over and over again.
Oh, we've talked about it, yeah.
But then there was the time I was a kid, right? And I was over at my grandparents' place, and they have like this exercise bike thing that they use. You kind of like pull, but there's this middle bar, right? And so I'm like fucking around on the thing, and I pull up, and my butt just slides off the seat and goes right for it, and I go, and just fucking crush this bar so fucking hard.
Taint or balls?
All of it. The
Oh
whole
my
fucking.
God.
I'm telling you, just the bar. I just get. I went to the hospital.
Did you get your hog in there too? You went to the hospital?
I went to the hospital because when my parents found me, I was convulsing so hard they thought I'd broken my back.
Holy fuck!
And I went to the hospital and got checked out. They're like, he's okay. He fucked himself up. He's bruised pretty bad.
Wow.
But he's gonna be okay. He didn't like damage anything so bad that, shit's not gonna. But I fucked myself up bad on that fucking thing. Yeah. Wow. Went to the hospital, had the doctors look at my pee-pee, my balls.
Turns out it's just some random guy in a doctor's coat.
Well, it makes me wonder if 10, 20 years from now, when I'm 50, I decide I might settle down and have some kids.
Sure.
But if I ever were to decide to have kids and I went and checked, they might be like, no, dude, you're shooting blanks. And I'd be like, what a surprise. But I've just been hitting the ball so many fucking times. I don't think it works like that. Someone's gonna be like, it doesn't work like that. None of this works like that. but it wouldn't surprise me.
You have what we call festering seed. Your children are all going to be born without bones.
They're all going to look like Pete Davidson. Oh no, Lorne Michaels is going to love him.
Why do women love old butthole eyes?
Why? I think because he just like doesn't give a fuck.
Is that attractive to women?
Oh yeah, he's got they call it that big dick energy kind of thing, where he just like doesn't give a fuck and hang. He's dating Kim Kardashian now, for fuck's sake. So weird.
Especially because I kind
assume
of respect her.
I assume he's probably just like, if you were to meet him, he's probably just a good fucking guy. He probably just doesn't give a shit. Like again, the dude is perpetually stoned because he has massive fucking anxiety or something like that.
I think he has Crohn's too.
He has Crohn's
doesn't he?
disease, yeah. And so he's just baked all the fucking time. So he's just kind of like chilling, whatever, doesn't really give a fuck. You know,
I'm going to start telling people that, oh, I'm so high because I have IBS.
I have Crohn's.
Wink, wink.
But, you know, the kind of thing where it's like he just doesn't give a fuck.
They're like, wait, so you're just stoned and shitting all the
Like,
time?
remember that
That's
story
right.
about Louis C.K., who, like, he tries to get him fucking fired.
Yeah.
You know, and the point where Lorne Michaels had to talk to him and be like, hey, man, so, you know, maybe don't do it so much, or like whatever it was. And he just didn't give a shit and walked off.
Yeah.
But, like, and his whole story was just kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, no, I do. And,
But
like,
that's
didn't give
also
a shit,
because
kinda let it slide
SNL
off
was the
himself.
house that drugs built.
Oh, yeah.
They were all doing, as they put it, we're smoking grass. I'm like, okay, boomer.
Yeah, well, and again, as the joke goes, Louis C.K. comes out as being like, I need to masturbate in front of you, and I'm going to go on stage, you know? Like, so, kind of jokes on him.
Well, everyone has their little quirks, right? Like,
What is yours going to be?
Pavarotti had to find a bent nail and pull it out, or he wouldn't go on stage. I think it was Madame Caballé, who was a big old girl. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it was her. I don't know if it was her or it wasn't Maria Callas, but it was some like pretty well-known female opera singer who literally would be like, I need to give a blowjob because it relaxes the muscles in my throat. And I'm like, well, have you heard of popsicles?
No, because it's cold. Don't you
They'll
understand?
constrict my vocal cords. I mean, if it was like Leah Salonga or Kiri Takanawa in her prime or something.
Yeah, we all know who those are.
Yeah.
We've all heard of those people, right? guys?
Uncultured
Right?
swine that listen to this. Hey, talk about Ariana Grande.
It is wild. It was wild to think about that. Pete Davidson dating Kim Kardashian now. They're just friends, you guys.
What? Friends can listen to Endless Love in the Dark.
Yeah, just bang it out. Hell, you never know. Maybe a day of hanging out with Pete Davidson at the end, you're like, I kind of want to fuck him.
I was going to say, now I kind of want to have sex
I
with
kind of want to have sex with Pete Davidson. That's kind of weird. You know, Pete, I thought at first, you know, you were going to be a dick or whatever. You seem like you're like a really cool guy. Okay. And then he just walks off and just,
I don't know.
hey,
You want to go back and fuck in my mom's basement? I got a pull-out couch. I was like, you know what the difference between me and your couch is? I don't pull out.
haha, whoa, and you guys high five, and it's the end of an SNL skit.
And just make out hard.
Yeah, you never know. Maybe you'd be a big fan of Pete Davidson.
We'd like to thank Taylor Swift for coming tonight.
Or maybe you get to the end of it and you're like, why are you so famous?
I don't understand the appeal.
Maybe we should just try out for SNL. Maybe that's what we should do. You can do your Pete Davidson impression, like, get out. They're just offended.
He's a saint.
And come here and go, I'm Lorne Michaels. And they're just like, get out.
No, I think I told you what I would do for my audition is I would just do Bobby Moynihan's drunk uncle character and act like I came up with it.
I mean, I'd enjoy it.
And they'd just be like, wait, Bobby Moynihan built a cottage industry off doing this on Weekend Update. And I'd be like, 2 questions. What are you talking about and who's Bobby Moynihan?
I'd walk in and be like, listen, I can be that guy who's like the average white guy in all your skits who can play the straight man. Ready? Check it out. What? That's ridiculous. See? I'm perfect. Done. He's like, you're hired.
I can't believe Wolverine from the X-Men is at this bank. That's all SNL is
Yeah.
Mad Libs.
Wow, this is crazy. Who would have thought? But that's what I would do. I'd just go and be like, yeah, I can just be the guy who's always like confused by what's going on in the skit. Just make me that guy. What? Huh? You've been missing that since Andy Samberg left. So let's go.
You know what? The more you talk about it, the more aspirational it becomes to get on SNL and not be funny at all. Ever.
But
Not
see,
even once.
But then you get looked at years later as being the best one. You go back because, I don't know, you always look at it and you go, the Farley years, and nobody really got any of it. And now you look at it and you go, that's fucking so much funnier than half the shit that they've done since.
Dude, Variety back in the Farley years ran a picture, an editorial where the cover was Chris Farley with a TV around his head, and it said Saturday Night Dead.
Yeah.
And it was a hit piece about how fucking unfunny the show was, which is crazy because to our generation, we go back and we're like, Farley, Sandler,
Brilliant.
Spade, Meadows, Rock. These were the guys that made SNL.
Yeah, they're the people who made it survive. And don't get me wrong, you get a lot of good, like, in between. Like, you get your Will Ferrells and, Kristen Wiig and Jason Sudeikis. I really don't like Fred Armisen.
I don't either.
I'm just not a huge fan of the guy.
He seems like a real fucking asshole, too.
I wonder.
Not that I have any great love for Elizabeth Moss, because she's a Scientologist, and everyone's like, oh, she's peak feminism. I'm like, where is Shelley Miscavige?
Yeah.
Can you tell me where Shelley Miscavige
Have
is?
you seen her? Have you ever talked to her?
Tell me, have you seen
Because
her?
I'm pretty sure the leader of your church murdered his wife.
Yeah.
And that sends a strange message onto us in terms of the whole, like, don't be wrong. I can see the value in Dianetics, like, in anything. On paper, there's some things they say that make sense. Where, it's like about getting certain things in order, and you go, okay. And then you look at the fact that it's a whole auditing counseling session where you have to give these guys a lot of this personal information, which they then file and store to use against you later if you try to leave.
Well, exactly. And then, like, women are being beaten and forced to sleep on pissy mattresses on the roof in 40-degree weather without blankets. Like, women are being abused within Scientology. We'll say allegedly, but sources in the know have kind of blown the lid off that.
Well, I've always wanted to try and infiltrate Scientology and go to them and be like, because the Sea Org is still a thing that exists.
Sure.
And you go and you say, listen, I just had an epiphany. You guys aren't going to like how it happened. I was taking some drugs. And I realized I'm a former Sea Org member who had signed a billion-year contract, and I'm back to continue because I signed forever.
What happened to you last time? I fell off the boat.
Yeah, I'd be like, I died. And I just find somebody who was a part of Sea Org who's passed away, and I go, I am this person. And I don't have all of his memories. I just have a very strong feeling that I was him. I learned a little bit about him. And I just go and I join the Sea Org.
Give it a shot.
Because I think I'd like to be a part of something, is what I'm trying to say. And at first I infiltrate it because I'm trying to, like, break it, and then I fall in love, kind of like Avatar. And at a certain point, like, I'm just, I'm in it to win it. I've got my family, and you're like, you show up one day, and I'm like, that's an SP! And we just,
Get Squirrel Busters on this.
yeah.
God, they're fucking lame.
Oh, that's so crazy. Can you imagine having people with cameras showing up to your house, asking you what your crimes are and what you're trying to hide all the time?
I mean, I would tell them. That kind of attention, if I got that kind of, you know how happy I would be? Someone paid me that kind of
All
attention.
you need to do is get high up in Scientology and then leave and try to discredit them. And they will sue you into the ground while harassing you nonstop. In fact, we should be a little worried because so many people listen to this podcast.
Yeah.
They might come after us.
I have no money. I guess sue away.
Yeah, that's true.
What are you going to get out of me?
Can't get blood from a stone.
Fucking soiled underwear? Good luck to you. Ooh, good ASMR.
But
Here,
Oh,
I'll give him one too.
Scientology's crazy. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Now we're getting disgusting.
I don't know if that registered.
That might. I mean, I heard it in my headphones, so I think it's there.
Okay.
But, but very, very
Oh,
quiet.
nice.
Yeah, Scientology is scary. But so, yeah, I don't know. Fred Armisen is married to, what's her name? Or are they dating?
Married or dating, I can't remember. It's past tense.
Ah.
The thing that bugs me is, like, if you like Elizabeth Moss for, I almost called her Peggy Carter.
Nope.
For Peggy on Mad Men.
Yeah.
If you like her for that, great. But all these people that are like,
does a good
oh
job.
my God, The Handmaid's Tale. Can I say something controversial?
I encourage you to say something controversial.
The Handmaid's Tale is a sack of bullshit.
I've never watched it.
It's not necessarily the message, like smash the patriarchy. Great stuff, top notch, Vic, as always. but
I really enjoyed that. Go on.
it's horrible television. It's
Yeah, it's-
boring as fuck. Everyone's like, it's so necessary during the Trump year. I'm like, he's gone.
Baby.
He can't hurt you anymore. Orange Man is gone.
Oh, he's coming back, unfortunately. People are gonna vote for him in 2024.
Let him.
We need to see the Republicans bring somebody else to the table. They won't.
But who?
Oh, I don't know. I bet you Ted Cruz will run. I bet you DeSantis will run. I bet you we might get someone from the crazy mill. Like, we might see, if there's interest, someone like Marjorie Taylor Greene or Matt Gaetz or Lauren Boebert or all of those fucking idiots.
Listen, I know that they're bad people. Can't remember if I've said this on the show before or if it was before. It was one of those like before the show bits. I know they're bad people, but Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert are kind of hot to me.
I think fucking Marjorie Taylor Greene grosses me the fuck out.
Nah, dude, I want her to like put me on a leash
Gross.
and parade me around.
All you gotta do is start working out at her gym, and she'll eventually cheat on her husband with you.
I should be so lucky.
I mean, you never know.
She just holds a gun to my head.
Dare
and
to
is like,
dream. Yeah, she kind of does check a lot of boxes for you. I'll give you that.
Quite frankly,
She's an evil, hateful woman, and you're all about that.
I just want Lauren Boebert to stick a gun in my mouth and be like, I'm gonna flick my bean while I do this.
Surprised you're not more active on Twitter.
I can't be, man.
Oh, it's such a hate space.
It is a hateful space.
It
I
is
try out
awful.
some jokes on it a couple times. Nothing. I had one I was like, Squid Game is when I eat calamari and black coffee without knowing where the nearest bathroom is.
See, I enjoy that.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah, well, it's a void.
I had another one that was how I imagine interviews to work for the TSA go. So why would you like to work for the TSA? Fuck your mother. You're hired.
Yeah. Perfect. Oh, boy. I don't get how people work for the TSA. I don't get how that becomes like
miserable.
Well, I just think about it and I go, this is like, there's no, like, what is your dedication to any of this? Like, have you ever seen any of the reports about the failure rating of TSA?
Oh, yeah.
It's like 90-something%. It's huge. It's really, really bad. And we didn't really do anything about it. It's still the same kind of commonplace thing. I don't hate to like bring it to like a crazy like logical theory, like, but why do we think that these kind of things have any effect over things like terrorism? Because they don't. It just gives you like, especially when certain practices stay commonplace, it just allows for preparation rather than like having something that changes. Like there was a report done, and I think a lot of it comes out of Israeli intelligence, honestly, because they get attacked a lot, which is the notion that in a post-9/11 society, the most likely attack that would ever occur in an airport would occur with someone bringing baggage into the claiming area where you would load it into...
Doing it there?
And doing it right there, because it's like during a high-volume time where there's a lot of people there, you get to walk in, nobody really is checking your bags yet.
Christmas at O'Hare.
And you
or
could
something.
set it on the thing and go, boom, done. Just right there. And you would amass a huge amount of collateral damage, huge amounts. And all that you need to change that is to put metal detectors outside of the place going in, or some other precautionary measure that we don't necessarily know about that checks for that before you walk into the fucking place. But again, that's going to take a little bit more time. And now we have services where if you fly a lot, you can bypass the TSA to a faster line. And it's like, fuck, man, all you'd need to do to prep and plan this is have some dude on your side who flies over the next 2 years and then picks his spot and does it.
Well, also, couldn't you, like, Doug Stanhope made this point
Yeah.
with Occupy.
I love Doc Stanley.
Oh, I fucking worship Doug Stanhope. But he was like, what did you guys in Occupy do? You fucked up a park for a year. What you should have done is find all the people without records, you cut your dreadlocks, you get those people to train to be policemen, and they're in there. I'm just doing his bit. And they're in there with a Bluetooth under the riot helmet, and they go, hey, guys, just a heads up, there might be a little tear gas coming your way later. He talks about that. Occupy should have put men and women on the inside. That's the same thing with, like, terror. Why don't you get one of them to become an air marshal? Why don't you get people to train as air marshals, and then they do a hijacking? Please, if anyone's listening to this, we're not recommending that
Hello,
you do
FBI.
this. We're not recommending. This is a thought experiment.
We're just trying to make it so that someone there has to go through our entire back catalog and like, fuck me, and it just gives us one extra view because some poor FBI agent has to, like, some intern has to go through and listen. Actually, they're kind of funny, you guys. Pretty satirical. Number one podcast of the FBI.
They're really kind of capturing the millennial malaise. I mean, listen, the job market just sucks for these guys. They can't own homes. I get it. This is all they've got. Yeah. We're not gonna fucking drop a dime on these guys.
I don't know, man. It's a funny reality because, like, when you're more conservatively oriented, you have a higher chance of pursuing those types of careers because it's just a mentality thing, you know.
I want to protect people. Subtext, I want to be a hero and go out in a blaze of glory.
We've known people who we grew up with who gravitated towards law enforcement, and they're none of the people that I would ever want to have a gun as they saddle up to my window. You
No.
know, it's just it's a power thing for a lot of people. I'd love to I definitely believe, and I have met those people who like go and do it because they honestly believe they're making their community a better place.
Sure.
And they're there to help people, you know, and those people are great. But then they also are a part of this big old system that protects all the shitty ones.
Right. Exactly.
And that's where the argument,
The
you
blue
know,
wall.
drops. Yeah. Makes you sad.
Well, this has been fun. We'd like to invite a cop up right now. Everybody, round of applause for the cop.
Yeah.
He just drops his gun with the safety off, shoots himself.
Yeah. It's such a weird thing. I just keep, like, the news is so depressing lately. I'm just waiting, again, I'm waiting for us to start trading bottle caps and pieces of silver. I'm hoping it happens soon.
Pieces of silver.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Why would you trade the bottle caps then?
Bottle cap, because again, it's all about scarcity and these things that aren't getting made anymore. So they're like your dollars and they're like your cents, you know. And
Then how
and
are we
the
still pulling silver out of the ground?
We're not pulling silver out of the ground. We're using old coins.
Oh, we're using
God.
what we've got. Okay.
Yes, a barter system is formed. We're talking to like 20 years in, and people are like added jokes. They were like the before time, but it kind of stuck.
It'd be pretty cool if we could trade podcast episodes, like premium episodes, for goods and services.
Have you? Yeah. Coming out over the wideband radio, it's the Skimbo Lounge.
We'll mail you a cassette.
Yeah, hanging from pirate radio, and we're just like high atop some hill, broadcasting it out.
On some
automated
giant
mountain
boat.
turrets.
The new super COVID is just
Ravaged
decimating the
land.
crew.
Turn people into zombies. We're just standing up there. Well, the zombie problem. Hold on a second.
Anyway,
This one brought to you by Snacky Cakes. Snacky Cakes.
they're full of bugs.
Yeah. Yeah. We make them ourselves, the grasshoppers.
Protein cubes. I saw a fucking amazing dude out in the wild the other day. It was a guy wearing not one on his face, but another one on his hat. 2 masks that said, "This mask is as useless as Joe Biden."
Ah, fun. Have you seen that those stickers are propping up next to gas pumps that say, "I did that," and it's Joe Biden with a talk bubble pointing at the gas price?
Oh, interesting.
They're all over the place.
Let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brand. Can we just be like, nobody on the left is particularly amazed with Joe Biden. Like, I don't understand why the right is so smug about this. That dude beat Trump. That dude
Yeah.
was.
It's more of a referendum on Trump than Biden.
They wanted him out so fucking bad. Our country wanted him out so bad that they came out that much for this fucking guy who's falling asleep at NATO. You think the left is super happy with how Biden's doing? They're not.
He was the last choice.
No, he was literally as close to center as they could possibly find so they could get as many votes as possible. Because people on the far left were going to be just like the people on the far right who always were going to vote along party lines no matter fucking what. So why don't we go ahead and put Joe Biden out, who will get the centrists involved, pull some people from the right who hate fucking Trump, and get himself fucking elected.
Tom Perez went
God
to the
damn it.
side of a highway in Delaware with a spatula and scraped Joe Biden's desiccated corpse off of the pavement,
Yeah.
revived him with a little water, and marched him up there and
Like
said,
those little sponge pills. They left him in water for like 3 days. Or if you're a fan of Dragon Ball Z, they put him in one of those regen tanks. Because you're sitting there and they gave him a Ginzu bean, or what are they called? Sensu bean?
Sensu bean.
Yeah, gave him one of those. Oh, I feel great. And off he went.
People that don't watch Dragon Ball Z are so lost.
Oh, it's a classic. It's while they're on their way to Planet Namek, where they're going to fight Frieza, who's been decimating the population, which is, what do they call it? It's Piccolo's race.
The Namekians.
The Namekians. Yeah, sure. I should have walked right into that one, boy, didn't I? Now, the Dragon Balls are on Namek, which is what brought Frieza there in the first place. And of course, as everyone knows, the Dragon Balls allow you to gain a wish. So Frieza obviously is going to ask either to be the most powerful person in the world or immortal, what have you. She's gonna basically, or he's gonna basically ascend to be a god. I always thought it was a she for the longest time
Just the
because it was
voice.
pink in the voice, but it's a guy. And he's brought, what is it, the Ginzu Force, or those 5, what are they called?
Might have been.
Yeah, and they're dangerous guys. They're mostly just wiping out people because no one can really stop them. Of course, Goku shows up after there's been some hard fighting, goes, "You guys did pretty good." One of the guys comes at him and is like, "Oh, I'm gonna fight you," and he just, boom, like smashes them and kills them. Obviously, Vegeta shows up later and finishes the job because Goku's a good guy and he doesn't want to kill anybody, right? But then, obviously, Vegeta does, also a Saiyan, and he shows up and finishes the job on some of the Force, right? And then, of course, they're eventually defeated, and they go on to fight Frieza. It's not too much of a problem for Goku, despite it taking 4 to 5 episodes of posturing and discussion. There's an entire episode of Dragon Ball Z summed up in like 45 seconds to like 2 minutes, and it literally takes like 20 episodes to do.
Yeah, we saved you a lot of time.
You're welcome.
The Frieza Saga is basically just like, I don't know, stare at a wall.
It's a fuckload of talking and very little action. And boy, when it happens, you're so happy that it does.
I was a big Vegeta guy.
Well, he was such a cunt.
That's why I liked him. He was a fucking angry troll.
I just love when he shows up the first time and, Goku's sitting there hiding his power level and they got little sensors on their face. And that's where that "it's over 9,000" meme comes from. So good.
Kakarot.
Yeah. But, Dragon Ball Z, everyone out there totally...
All the women that listen to this podcast are fucking psyched.
I just like to think the 3 of them were foaming at the mouth and then just like shaking a little bit.
It's not the Ginsu Force, you're wrong.
Yeah, I don't know what yeah. They're all just like, actually, you left out a lot of really important stuff, which I know I did. I was giving you sort of an overview.
Friend of the pod, Ashley, is just white-knuckling her chair. You're getting the names wrong. We'll fucking kill you.
What was the name of the leader of that force? Todd?
Nappa. Nappa.
Your sons are bitches.
Raditz. They're all named after vegetables for some stupid reason.
Oh, boy. It's fun. Go check it out, guys.
Which of the following 3 villains did you enjoy more? Frieza, Cell, or Majin Buu?
Ooh. I mean, the Cell saga was really entertaining and just kept fucking going. Because every time, like, we think we beat him, he was like, I'm going to evolve into something else. And I guess Boo, to a certain extent, kind of did the same thing. But Frieza always kind of holds a special place in my heart because it was some of the earliest that I saw.
Yeah.
So I'd have to say Frieza. Got to go with Frieza.
Okay.
I think everyone at home agrees it's Frieza.
Frieza Saga?
Yeah.
See, I'm a Majin Buu guy.
I mean, he's just so lackadaisical. And
He did
He's all
so much
fat.
for the body positivity movement.
he's so strong.
But I love the fucked up stuff he did. Like, he turned a guy into chocolate and ate him.
Yeah. I mean, he beats wholesale ass, don't get me wrong. Boo is like crazy fucking strong, does a bunch of really cool shit. But I don't know, again, it's a personal thing.
My favorite one is when he turned himself into pink slime, like from the McDonald's nuggets, and he just arced up into the air and went in the guy's mouth and just filled him up, and the guy fucking exploded.
Yeah.
That's hardcore.
I mean, again, he fucks people up.
It's great.
He's straight jacked him up. It was the kind of thing where like, oh, this guy's definitely going to have some, and he just gets totally wiped off the fucking planet. You're like, wow.
And I love that, like, he became a good guy and his body rejected his evil and he spit up like a gray crackhead version of himself.
I don't even know if I got that far.
Who turned him into a cookie and ate him and became a more powerful evil Majin Buu, who then like turned back into his kid form, Kid Buu, who was like the most powerful dude ever. And he made a giant spirit bomb, and I think Goku turned it back on him and destroyed him. I can't remember.
Maybe. That's a lot of what Goku does, is like uses their own energy against. That's how he defeats Frieza, you see, because Frieza makes one of those Destructo discs you always see Krillin using, because Krillin's the fucking G. He's either doing that or using his bald head to blind people. And
He's like Joe Rogan.
Yeah, just like Joe Rogan. If you wonder what Dragon Ball Z is like, just watch a couple episodes of Joe Rogan. And so Frieza's there doing the Destructo disc, and she fucking wings it at him, and he's like dodging it and shit, and eventually she's not paying attention, and it just cuts her right in half. Comes back at her.
Tail, arm, and midsection cut. I remember it vividly.
Yeah.
Pieces.
So that's good times.
5 pieces. 4 pieces.
I'm pretty sure at this point the planet's on the verge of exploding or something because because their fighting is so fucking awesome, you guys, that it destroyed the planet.
Pretty dope.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
It seems pretty cool.
That was a lot of my early teens. Hanging out going, why don't girls like me? And watching Dragon Ball Z.
It's me allegedly masturbating with it in the background.
To be-
air quotations, but it's really Android 18 and Bulma.
Yep. To be young again.
Ah, yes.
To be
To be a young hentai. Kids don't realize these days.
youth. I missed many a soccer practice because of Dragon Ball Z. No, I'm not feeling well. I think I need to stay home.
I get kicked in the balls too much, mother.
I keep getting smacked in the testicles, and I don't think the other kids like me. I only played 1 year of soccer in high school.
I played 4 years of basketball, and my career ended when I shot the ball. I got the ball on a breakaway, and I shot it in the wrong hoop.
Oh, that's fun.
I got too goosed up, and everyone's like, no, no. And I'm like, they're saying, go, go. This is my, there goes my hero.
Everyone's
Beautiful
gonna love
shot.
me.
Best one I ever threw.
Yeah.
enemy combatant hoop,
Yeah.
and I was benched.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
We might as well get you out of there, bud. Yeah. I remember my worst one was it was my last, it was like the last time I ever played soccer for a team, was playing with this asshole, and we'd run the score up pretty high, and I was involved in something that got us a free kick, and he sent someone else in to take the kick.
Ooh.
And he just, like, it was just another goal. It was like a 7-1 game.
That's demoralizing.
And I remember I might have cried. I was real fucking sad. And I asked him, I was like, why'd you do that? Like, why didn't you let me take that kick? I hadn't scored a goal all fucking season. Like, he made me like halfback. And all this. I wasn't a good soccer player. That's why I didn't keep playing it. I played a lot of defense, and I finally had the chance to score a goal. This other guy's like fourth goal of the game. And he let him do it. I was like, you didn't have to do it. And I never played soccer again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That happened to me too.
Thanks, guys.
We were in like the state championship game or what? Some fucking stupid game. Whatever. We were just a bunch of little Catholic.
Fuck this. I'm gonna go sing librettos. He said.
But that's where it ended up going, because we were playing and we were getting our asses kicked, and I was getting no time. A couple of us were getting no time in the game, despite our starters getting their fucking asses handed to them. I didn't play the entire game. I sat on the bench for the entire game.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go ahead and call him out. Smitty was our coach.
Oh,
For anyone
no.
who knows Smitty.
Oh, Smitty.
Smitty fucking benched me and like 4 other guys the entire game, and we all cried.
Oh, I don't even remember
Pretty
the
hard.
name of the fucking coach I had. Yeah, it's funny what they do, you know. And again, you sit there and you look at those parents and you go, none of this fucking matters.
Sure.
Like, I look back on it now and I look at a lot of those coaches and I go, you cared so much about fucking winning. Why? We're fucking fourth
We
graders.
lost.
Yeah.
We fucking lost.
Yeah, exactly. Especially in the situations like that. Like, my dad did a lot of coaching. He was pretty good about that stuff. But also, it was tough being the son's, the son of the coach. I was like,
He just comes back
That's
and
great.
breaks your skateboard.
I hated sports for a lot of it because I was
Yeah.
just like, I don't care that much. Like, this would be more fun if it was about having fun. But all sports at a certain thing, it's about winning. Winning is what is fun. And I just wasn't that competitive. I just didn't care enough to be like, I need to drill every day and I need to do it. Like, I didn't have it in me to be like, so I can be better than all these other people. I just didn't have that. I was like, why do you guys care so much? Why do you guys all care about being better than? That's why it's such a hard time in school, because that's all it is.
Yeah, people are like, wow, sports really builds character and camaraderie and leadership and teamwork. It's like,
Builds supremacy.
If it goes well. If it doesn't go well,
Yeah.
it creates self-esteem issues that manifest when you're older and you decide to start a podcast and torture the people that stick around.
And listen to your nonsense.
Hate fuck them with the most terrible shit you've ever made.
Oh, like you make them sit around and listen to Mad Libs all day. Sports growing up was a fucky thing. Thank God I found lacrosse, because it was the kind of thing where I was like, wait, I'm angry right now at all this other stuff going on, and you're giving me this 6-foot stick and telling me to hit people mostly.
Okay.
I'm in. And so that was worth all of the fucking shitty running and the fact that our coach wasn't a coach and like didn't really know what he was doing and didn't care. Yeah, it was fun. They just gave me a stick and I got to whack people.
See, and I found my version of that not in high school, but before that, which was karate.
Oh, I did some until I got a neck injury and my parents were like, you're never going back.
I'm surprised I didn't give it to you, because I was on Team Extreme
Did
because
you do the kung fu and all that?
I did the sparring, the competitive sparring.
Yeah,
like
but
going to Colorado.
What
and
was
doing
your thing? Was it Kenpo Kung Fu and all that?
It was Valari.
Yeah, so Kenpo.
It was Freddie
Kung Fu.
LePan, yeah. And I've just always been a tank, and not a good one, like a tank of jelly, a tank of Mountain Dew or root beer, if you will. But I've always been a huge kid, and I was like, instead of putting me in a like older weight class with like people my size, they kept me in my age bracket.
So you just destroyed kids.
I was forcibly retired from the sport. I kicked a fucking kid's head off his shoulder.
Yeah.
Dude, I just went in. I
were
had
just
I had
Kramer.
no technique. I just went in windmilling at people.
That's incredible.
I lost so many fights I should have won because of technique. I was like, fuck it. And I just went in and was like,
And they just outmaneuvered you.
do you love me now, Dad? And
Yeah.
just punched him in the face. But there was one where I was in the zone and I was fighting clean. And like, I just don't know what came over me. I hit the most beautiful sidekick of my life, but I connected with this kid's head with my long ass leg so fucking hard he flew into another time zone. He flew out of the fucking area and they awarded him the fight, and Freddie LePan was like, "You are off the Extreme team, my friend. You are a huge liability. I know you're not doing it on purpose, but we want to win, and you're fucking us up.
Yep.
You're off the team.
That's
Hand in your gi, bitch."
That's depressing that that's how he went about it.
Yep.
Because it wasn't like a learning moment. It was like we're just gonna pull you.
I was like, if you kick
Yeah.
me off this team, I will go eat myself to death, and I will hold you responsible.
Well, that's even the thing that was funny about doing learning all the different stances and positions in Kung Fu, because I did it up until orange belt, and again I got a bad neck injury. I had to do a lot of chiropractic work. My parents were like, "You're not going back." But it was funny because it was during I didn't realize the stakes in life, so to speak, until I was 15. But I was like, wait, this is why everyone's being a dick. And so when I was learning all that stuff, I didn't even know that the different positions were for blocking and all that. I just
8-point blocking.
Yeah, I just thought of them as these different moves that I needed to learn. I never thought of them in the context of fighting.
Of a fist sailing towards your head.
Because it was never taught to me that way, and we were never allowed to go that far. And so, years later, I'm like, damn, I kind of wish I still, I kind of remember a little bit of it, but I wish I remembered more, because it's the kind of thing being this will lead to dislocating someone's shoulder, all kinds of fun shit. I'm like, fuck, why don't I remember that?
I quit as a brown belt with 3 stripes the week before my black belt test.
Yeah.
Because
That's
I
not
was
great.
10 push-ups? Are you fucking high?
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah, it's tough.
I'll die.
Yeah.
My heart will explode.
So, by all intents and purposes, you're a black belt.
I'm going to go with that. I'm a black belt.
Yeah. Well, how old were you when you stopped?
I honestly don't remember.
I was the scariest 10-year-old black belt ever.
I think it was pre-high school.
Yeah. So you were probably 10, 11, 12.
6th or 7th grade. I think after 9/11, I just lost all. I was like, the fight's not in me
The world
anymore.
changed, man. 9/11 changed.
I don't want to be weaponized and sent to Iraq. We shouldn't be there. It's an unjust war.
I don't want to do this, man. I don't want to have to kill. I'm too good at this.
These hands are for art and bread making.
Just me being like, hey, man, you're doing great in the Mikado. Just whip me over your shoulder. Jesus Christ.
Sorry, you activated me.
It happened again. Just
I'll never
run out
use
of the
my
place.
hands for violence again.
it keeps happening, doctor. We have to institutionalize him. He can only kill now.
I'm just an institution just drawing boobs on the wall with my own shit.
Ha 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 ha. Yeah. So yeah, growing up was crazy, wasn't it?
Man, it sure is crazy growing up.
Wow.
Those were the best days of my life. I got my first concussion when I tried to jump over some people.
That's sad.
It did. I did. I got a concussion. We were trying to jump over the squishy mats when it was in the old place. Remember when it used to be above a fucking head shop or something downtown? Before it was in the old Matheson school.
Oh, yeah.
Or
that's where I went to. It was in that old place downtown that was upstairs with all the back.
Yes.
Yeah, that's where I went to it. They had the weird back room. And yeah.
Yes, the weird back room, the chokey, the punishment room.
Which he kept all of his trophies in, though.
Yeah. Oh, he could kill someone with his bare hands.
Oh, dude, he's a monster.
He's a bald, beautiful monster.
Yeah. He's a really friendly guy who you go, that guy would just fuck you up
Yeah.
instantly. You see all the trophies and you go, Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
all this dude does is win.
It's just a dude's face that he skinned and pinned to the wall.
Yeah.
He's so bad.
That one's special. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Good
The
times.
days of karate. You would not look at me and go,
Okay.
that guy did karate. That guy's a black belt.
But you are.
I am a black belt.
In all this stuff you probably don't remember.
And I will die on that hill.
I mean, how much of it do you really remember?
Not a goddamn thing.
Yeah, see, there you go. Yeah, it's the fun thing about doing karate at youth.
I'm just going to do what
Youth
I
karate.
did in the tournaments and just come at him windmilling.
Yeah.
I think I also did a high-pitched scream as I did, like a wee.
Did your own theme music. I realized later I was doing my own music, and that's frowned upon in social circles.
It was just me putting my dad's head on children. You're never going to be good enough.
You were waterboying it, and you didn't even know.
You godless liberal.
Oh, that's good.
We live in a beautiful society. And if I can have a Jerry Springer moment of zen with the audience, I would like to remind them that we're going to be okay.
Bottle caps and silver. Bottle caps and silver.
Bottle caps, silver, stepsister porn, and the Skimbo Lounge. That's all you need. Great. That's all you need. Do you have anything you'd like to plug
Oh, you know I don't.
before we leave
You
this
know-
momentous occasion?
I don't have anything.
This chubby edition of the pod. You have nothing?
No. Nothing? Nothing?
Do you have a moment of zen? Do you have anything? You don't have to plug. You can just say something.
No, I got nothing. No. I don't want to. I don't feel like it.
I can't make you.
I should be allowed to say no. I said no!
Very well then. Well, you guys, it finally happened. We're all so excited. You guys really like the Magooby's bit has come full circle. It's explosive. We're done with the Magooby's bit. And with that, I'm going to say thank you to everyone and go fuck yourselves. And